This is what you got here. Chris Fowler joining us now. And, Chris, this is pretty much what UNLC envisioned when you took a first roadshow to Notre Dame, right?
Thanks for having me. This is a moment in TV history. And look at this. I want you to take this in. Look at this scene, man. This is because largely you built this.
Well, I doubt that, but let me tell you one thing. When I'm on television, I always try to bring a smile to everybody's face. Bring a smile.
You've been doing that, but your connection with these people is how we went from having fewer people watch on TV than now watch in person, I promise.
That's crazy to go back and look at some of that video of, I think it was August 31st, 1996. The first show. You said Mr. Corso. I looked like I was 12.
What still do?
You remember your first road show?
Yeah.
Right? Remember what his face looked like at his first road show?
Michigan at Colorado was my first road show.
Is that right?
Yeah. And you didn't have the headgear yet. And you had the stage manager. You said, hey, see that crazy hat that guy's wearing over there? Have him bring that over here. And you just wore a ball cap. And then right over there, I walked by it. The set was over there. There were about 200 people around the set. 1996, Penn State at Ohio State. And you put Brutus on for the first time. And it's changed a lot since 1996.
That was a lightning bolt moment, though.
Really
I'm not sure Game Day, if you don't do that, I'm not sure Game Day gets to this level, right?
Did you think that was a one-off, or did you think that was going to become an iconic moment in this sport?
I had no idea.
You know, we laugh. Everyone that's ever worked in this show has had a moment where you get in the weeds. You start talking about X's and O's. And remember, he would talk about the guard center combination block, Chance Warmack. This is the key to the game. And what would you always say?
Sweetheart, we're in the entertainment business. They don't care about rules for big people. Forget that. Entertain the people.
I made the mistake of thinking ESPN hired me to be an analyst, a football analyst. So I rolled up my sleeves and I talked to Fran Ganner from Penn State. And he learned to me one time. He's like, "Is there a coordinator you didn't talk to this week?" You know, just he had little subtle ways of just being like, "Chill, let's have some fun here."
The producer, though, we went a little too far in his eyes, and he you guys were having too much fun. This is serious football. That became an inside joke. Hey, sweetheart, serious football.
Yeah. He told me one time we were doing a bowl prep, and me and the Bear were doing countless hours of prep, and I said Arkansas this and Michigan this, and he looked at me again like, dude, what are you doing? It's Arkansas against Michigan. It's the pickup trucks against the Cadillacs. I'm going with the pickup trucks. I was like, oh, all right.
And you can see why. Now, I'm deaf in one ear, the left side. It's because he talks so much, he blew out my ear.
Blew the left ear out.
We talked about it a bit. Everybody loves you now, but there were some times you used to say some stuff that would piss people off. You would make players mad, coaches mad, fans mad. And before there were all these hot take artists, before they tried to build their brand on it, this was organic. It just came in your head and came out of your mouth. And that made it a fun ride.
I also said nothing that I didn't I always understood. I didn't want to make people mad, but I had to say the truth.
Yeah.
That's right.
The greatest story of all time to really show that and illustrate that. Northwestern played Wisconsin early in my tenure. And we were doing raps at this time. We weren't out on the road. We would kind of like Reese did for a long time. So when the game ended, they would throw to us in Bristol. And at the end of the Northwestern-Wisconsin game, Wisconsin, instead of taking a knee, they ran the football and they fumbled. And Northwestern got it and ended up scoring and winning the game. It was like they lit a fuse when they threw it to us back from Madison. He just goes off. He's yelling, Barry Alvarez, what is he doing? He needs to go into that locker room and apologize to his teammates. He lost that game and he would not stop. Fast forward about 3 months later, National Football Foundation in New York City. I call Barry Alvarez affectionately Capone. Al Capone with the pinky ring. He's got the look of Capone. Affectionately, yeah. Capone comes with the tuxedo on, with a long trench coat jacket, comes around the corner, and I'm just following him. I have no idea. I've never been there. He comes off. He walks by. He looks at Lee like, I will kill you. I will break you. And Lee's like, come on, sweetheart, let's go this way. Yeah, he didn't care. He just said what you thought, which I appreciated.
They didn't call him the Sunshine Scooter for nothing. Right? He get right by Alvarez. Yeah.
He still had quicks that night, even in a tux. Lee, this is fun for me. We'll still see each other in Florida, but just, thank you so much for what you've meant to me, coaching me up when I was a true freshman in this show in 1989 and 1990. It's hard for me to express in words. I look around and I reflect what again, you in large part helped build with such pride, and I'll never forget what you've meant to us off of the set, right? It's the moments in the meetings and the meals, the stuff that you don't see when the cameras aren't on, that is beyond my ability to express.
I try to do two things. I try to never prostitute my integrity and never prostitute my integrity to get a job or to keep one. That was my own.
And you never did.
Well, the other thing I'll tell you, for a great example for all of us, he listens. He listens. Mm-hmm. One of the reasons we're all so close to him is you go to him with a problem, and he doesn't just, oh, wow, okay, oh, wow, and just kind of, he listens, and then I call him, he's like Don Corleone, or he's like Yoda. You come to him with this big problem, and he listens, and it's like he's petting a cat, and then he gives you a 2-sentence answer to this thing that's been on your mind for months, and he just gives you that, but he listens, man, and there aren't a lot of people in your life. Think about it. How many people listen to what you're talking about and give you really sound advice? That's what he always did for me.
We've been blessed, certainly, to have LC here. We're going to continue to relive these moments and celebrate one of the most illustrious careers in the history of television, and a guy who, in my judgment, is more responsible than anyone else in media for making college football a wall-to-wall TV experience from early Saturday morning until the wee hours on Saturday night. Guys, great to see you. Before Lee Corso makes his 431st career Headgear pick, let's go by the numbers on his beloved tradition. LC made his first Headgear selection on October 5th, 1996 in Columbus, Ohio, when he first donned Brutus the Buckeye, picking Ohio State over Penn State. Coach would go on to pick the Buckeyes a total of 45 times over the next 29 years, by far the most of any team. In all, LC has donned the mascot headgear of 69 different teams, from Texas to Tuscaloosa, and from the Ducks to the Dogs. But he's never been better than when back in USC, going a perfect 17-0 in his career when picking the Trojans. And if it's perfection you want, look no further than 1999, when Coach went an undefeated 11-0 in his Headgear picks. The biggest problem is my coiffure is going to be out of order now.
I know exactly.
Holy
I
cow.
gotta find my pick. Where's my pick?
LC, you're a legend. Being able to keep that thing on for that long.
Greatest sports entertainer of all time is Lee Corso. He played the game, he coached the game, and then he became an iconic sportscaster.
He is the pure embodiment of the spirit and the passion and the thing that makes Saturday special. What role did Lee Corso have in building College Game Day? He's the cornerstone, the foundation, the conscience, and the soul of the entire thing.
College Game Day was built by Lee Corso, and some of that passion is captured by Old Crimson. Old Crimson is here. Look at who's waving the flag. 321st consecutive College Game Day appearance. That's Wazoo President Betsy Cantwell, who started her role earlier this year. Congratulations to her. And Tom Pounds, the original flag holder, out there as Wazoo gets ready. We'll see where. They've got a new coach, Jimmy Rogers, making his debut. Buffalo Wild Wings weekend menu. There's a lot on that menu, too, there. And see, Wazoo has Idaho, 10 o'clock Eastern time tonight. Bobby Moe against Rich Rod in his debut. You can see that on ESPN+. And you see the other games coming up with top 10 teams not playing a top 10 opponent. Penn State, Nevada, Oregon, and Montana State.
You want this, you got that. No way, watch